Welcome to the Progress Texas Happy Hour.
Welcome back to the Progress Texas Happy Hour. I'm Executive Director Kathleen Thompson. Not every organization offers endorsements during election season, but at Progress Texas, when our board of directors identifies exemplary credentials and capability among candidates who share our bold progressive values, we amplify those who should win. I'm sitting across from newly endorsed Representative Julie Johnson here in the district during a Get Out the Vote phone and text bank. Congratulations, Rep. Johnson, and welcome back to the pod.
Oh, it's so great to be with you, and I'm just so thrilled to have the support of Progress Texas. It means a lot to me.
Congratulations, Rep. Last time we talked, you were in a 3-week government shutdown, in the third week of it, over the Epstein files. What has the Republican-controlled Congress accomplished since October?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, it is amazing to me how they have just imploded. They cannot govern. They can't get anything passed. They rely on the Senate to do all their work. They hold out, they protest, they get a hat from Trump, and then they all cave. They don't. I mean, it is incredible how ineffective the Republican conference has been in the Congress.
And talk to me about you personally. Talk to me about the importance of continuing your role as Congresswoman, about the importance of you being reelected, your achievements and your successes.
Well, you know, I think it's really important in this runoff, because that's where we are, really, is to really highlight a lot of the differences. And I have a much more progressive record than my opponent by a mile. And on issues from healthcare to affordability to immigration, and foreign policy and everything in between. And so it means the world to have such a credible organization like Progress Texas recognize the distinctions between us, because there's some on the left that are trying to say we're the same, and that could not be further from the truth. And our records are very different. And so, for example, constituent services, we've helped so many people. One woman came up to me today and said, I am so grateful for you because my husband is Iranian and your office helped me get his citizenship just days before the Trump administration said we're not going to have any people from Iran, regardless of their circumstances, in this country. It's just outrageous what this administration is doing. And in terms of just record, let's just talk about immigration. You know, that's one of the biggest issues that we're facing in our city right now. We could not have a more different record on immigration than me and Colin Allred. So, for example, you know, it has long been the land in this country, Colleen, that if you commit a crime in this country, you can be deported. That has always been the case for decades. But what Republicans are doing is they're saying no longer does innocent until proven guilty matter. No longer does due process matter. No longer does a fair trial matter. Instead, all you have to do is be accused, and that is enough to take you away from your family, to take you away from your job, to rip you out of your community. And Colin Allred voted for that twice, and I voted against it. That is a profound difference. The other thing he did is he had already lost his Senate race, and he voted to allow state governments like Greg Abbott to punish cities who refused to cooperate with ICE. He was only one of 12 Democrats to do that. And there was no reason for it. That was just his parting blow to Democrats because he lost. There was no necessary reason for him to take that vote. And now what did we see? Just last week, Greg Abbott threatened to withhold millions of dollars from Dallas to weaponize them, and Colin Allred made that happen. And so there are huge distinctions, very clear lines between our values, and I really hope the voters see that.
So sometimes when we vote in primaries, we get to vote for someone like you or against someone, in this case, Colin Allred. In your race, our board knows you're a proven fighter. You've lowered our costs. You're dedicated to all of your constituents having access to quality, affordable health care, and you're a defender of the First Amendment and independent media like Progress Texas. Yeah. Our board is concerned that they don't know what Colin Allred stands for, with bad votes along with MAGA Republicans on ICE, like you're speaking of, and specifically his vote for the nonprofit killer bill, which was his last vote, the absolute last vote. It was a vote against his district, against Sandy Hook parents, the Sierra Club, the nonpartisan NAACP, and Progress Texas. It's really disturbing. What is your closing argument in these final days? It's that distinction between the two of you?
Well, a Democrat's going to win this seat. And I guess my closing argument would be, we need a Democrat who's going to always have democratic values, and who's always going to be consistent. And that is me. Colin Allred has flip-flopped based on the wins he perceives are important at the time. Even look in this own race. Does he not think ICE should be abolished? 6 weeks ago, he did not think that. Now he's saying that because he thinks he needs to say that. But is he really going to do it? When he campaigned for the first time, he campaigned for Medicare for all. And then when he gets into office, he walks away from it and doesn't do anything to help it. So you can't rely on what he says. You can only look at what we do. And all I can tell you is what he has done has not been to advance democratic values. What I have done has been 100% in line with what our people care about, and fighting for lowering the costs, fighting for equality for all people, fighting for the dignity of everyone, whether you're a citizen, whether you're a migrant, whether you're an immigrant, whatever the case may be. I'm here because that's who we are, and that's who we should be as a party.
I'm in the district. I'm getting mail. I'm getting mail from Colin Allred. He says that you have enriched yourself in Congress. That's his closing argument. For folks who are getting the same mail that I'm getting this week, what's your response?
That is absolutely not true. He has manufactured this attack on me because he doesn't have a record of his own to run on. The reality of it is I fully support a congressional stock ban. I'm one of the original co-authors of it. And so I came to Congress. I'm in my first year. I had a successful career coming here. I came to my Congress saying, you know what? I agree. Members of Congress shouldn't hold stocks. So you know what I've done? I sold my actively traded accounts. Now he's attacking me for doing just that. It's a very disingenuous, it's a very false leading argument. He's trying to say I made millions of dollars off of Palantir, which could not be further from the truth. It was $90, and I held the stock for less than 3 months. I didn't even know I had it. When I told it, I demanded that my broker sell it. So his arguments are not accurate because he has no record to run on. I'm running on my own record. I'm running because I have things I've achieved and have results obtained for the people of Texas. He was in office for 6 years with a Democratic trifecta. A Democratic House, a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic President, and got nothing done. And so has a record, so he's having to manufacture a very baseless attack. And at the end of the day, I hope Democrats fully reject it, because this kind of crap is not who we are. That's what Republicans do, is make up stuff against their opponents. That's not who Democrats are. We value the truth. We want truth. We don't lie to people, but that is exactly what he's doing about me. And people don't like it, and I certainly don't either.
We are quickly approaching Mother's Day. Rep. Johnson, happy Mother's Day early. Let me be the first one to tell you so if your kids haven't yet. A happy Mother's Day to the ladies and caregivers filling that role who are listening at home. You're a mom, I'm a mom, I know, but will you tell us why Congress needs more moms making decisions there, not fewer?
Oh yeah, women and moms, we have a perspective that's unique. We understand the lens of our kids. We understand how hard it is to make a household go. Most of the time, the women are the glue. And let me just tell you, if I lose, do you know that the Democratic and the congressional delegation of Texas will only be 8% women? And in the entirety of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we will not have a single woman representing 8 million people. I mean, women need our place at the table too. And we already have a man in Frederick Haynes who's going to be a member of Congress. It's time for women to have our seat at the table too. And if I don't win, we will not have a single democratically elected woman, and the Democratic delegation will only be represented by 8% women, and that's not acceptable.
That doesn't work for me.
That doesn't work for me either.
We are days away from in-person early voting. You are campaigning while you're a member of Congress, such a busy time. What's your urgent ask of our listeners?
Vote, engage, help us reach people. Elections have dire consequences. People are having a hard time out there. They can't transfer into home ownership. They can't afford the grocery cart. They can't get better wages. Their kids are having a hard time getting a job. What is our workforce going to look like in the future? Healthcare. we can't get to the doctor. The costs are so high. We can't afford our medicines. There are so many issues that are directly affecting people that I'm on the front lines fighting for every single day.
Rep. Johnson, thanks for your time today. I'm looking forward to voting for you.
I am so honored to have your support, Kathleen. It means the world to me, and thank you to Progress Texas.
You're so welcome. Progress Texas amplifies progressive values, leaders, and actions. Through our no paywall pods and digital media, we're reaching millions of Texans monthly, and that's made possible by folks just like you who invest in independent, progressive media by Texans for Texans. And y'all, we're getting ready for our 16th anniversary celebration in Dallas with drinks, light bites, and a fun review of the highlights of our successes over the last few years. No matter where you live in Texas, consider sponsoring our June 16th event. These live events are a major way we keep doing what we do. And by sponsoring, you're helping Progress Texas continue our important work during this crucial election year. Find the link in show notes or anytime at progresstexas.org. Bye, y'all.